Alright, what's up guys? We are back here. Got another stream for today, unexpectedly, but why not? So yesterday, after the stream, I started to do some survival mode work, and had a good portion of it done, so I figured why not stream as I continue to work on it. So that's what we're doing today. First, gonna do some survival mode. We've got plenty to do. I do have quite a bit done on as far as the the presentation and the end round, the round end, I should say. Let's see. I'll show you how far we've got so far. So obviously we've got the main menu. Pick your character, and you see at the top of the ladder you have your game mode that will be up here. And at the round start you'll have the survival mode, game mode, and like MK2, it's one round. Your points are determined by the time it took to beat your opponent and how much health you have left.
Scorpion win.
So as you can tell, I put a darkening behind it, so the strings are a little easier to see because they are bright, and some of the daytime maps can be a little bright as well, so adding that little darkening effect in the background kind of makes it pop a little bit, so it's easier to see. I still am looking for a better sound effect when the bonus descriptions are displayed. On MK2 it was more like a slide sound. I think I have some sounds like that in MK1, I just gotta find them. And we use the same clock timer tick when the match points get tallied back to your life. So things I want to do that need to be done still are, we're going to remove the original score up here. This original score is going to be replaced by your match points. That's something I wanted to do with MK2 as well. And over here when it says press start, we may put the survival mode graphic there as well, like it has in MK2. And then we'll do a leaderboard, and also anything else that is required, like when another player buys in, we'll save the old health and points for that particular side, and if that side were to continue into one player mode, they would pick right back up with their old points and their old health value, since they would be continuing their survival mode ladder. So that's what we got done so far, and today we're gonna do a little bit more work on it. What's up, Doken? What's up? Maybe Enrique? How you doing? So if you lose to the computer, there's no continues, obviously. It goes straight to game over. When it does that, we will obviously check our scoreboard. We're going to have to make room in the CMOS area for a new scoreboard for survival mode points. so let's get cracking. Let's do. Let's continue on with where we at.
Kano. Fight.
I don't know, man. Playable bosses, I just never really liked. Never really liked it. Kind of like just like a challenge to myself to do it, and I just left it in there, but I did make it kind of difficult to get to. So. Alright, let's see. And besides, the bosses, I feel are kind of incomplete, animation-wise. Alright, should we do a scoreboard, or should we do... For the most part, the round-in presentation is pretty good. We just have to update one sound effect, but I don't feel like surfing through all the IDs to find the sound I want right at the moment. Let's see. Okay, let's do this. Let's update the score. Okay. There we go. Alright, so I got a breakpoint here on a routine called, this routine is called, I named it score update. Basically it takes the update, it takes your score and updates it with whatever points are in register BO. So if there is 0, we're going to go down to 31 BO, which should be a return. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right into probably this main routine, and we're going to check to see if it is survival mode. If so, then we will skip the score update. But I might need this because we may end up using the already used RAM areas for the score. We may be able just to update our survival mode score directly into the RAM locations for the original scores. So what I'll do is maybe we'll find a Let's see, score update there. FODO. Bug infinite health, okay. So this should be a core routine here that is ran every time a move is connected. So we shouldn't have to tie into the score update itself. We should be able just to tie right into the move execution, where the hitboxes has collided. The score update is, well, actually it's not used anymore at the end of the round because I did do some work on that already. Okay, I see one problem here. Well, let's see. Okay. That's good, okay. What we'll do here is we'll just use 2 players here and we will find the location we want to hook our code into. There you go, part 2 of MK Plus, that's right. So I'm thinking let's go ahead and we can probably hook it right there at the score update call and bypass it. Actually, trying to weigh my options here. Alright, yeah, we'll use the same score look because this will keep me from having to write anything special for the score up here because it's naturally just going to be read on the fly. Like every tick of the game, this will always be updated, so we can bypass the score update there if it is survival mode, and then we will put in our own points at the round end. We'll make them count up right there. Sounds good to me. So let's see. Let's go survival mode, end round scoring. Let's do Let's put this up here. And we'll call that survival mode skip normal scoring. There we go, so that should call down here. So what we'll do is I think AO should be okay. We'll find out. Yeah, AO's fine, okay. Let's see, jump to runtime if equal, we'll just call this our return. Okay, if it is not, then we will call the score update. Those belong in there. Those are those process offsets. Okay, let's see. So if it's survival mode, we'll skip the original score update. So at the end of the match, what we want to do is way it's tallied up for the original score is a little bit different. It's a little weird how they do it, but shouldn't be too big of a problem. Thanks to Daniel. How you doing, man? All right, so let's see. We are going to end the round. Let's see. Countdown, survival. Okay. Match total. Time bonus. Okay, there's our time bonus. 330 and 340. It should all be tallied here. Okay, there we go. A2, A3. And what I'm going to do here is same thing I did before. We have to know what side is making these points, so we know where to store it. So we'll do the same thing what we did down here. We did current health, where we had array health locations. Okay, so I did something like this. So we'll do array, and then we'll do score locations. And actually, I see a typo there. There we go. So there's that one, and there's that one. There's our value, our points are stored. Gotta to figure out if this is adding or subtracting, or if it's just resetting this original score update. Let's see, so BL is going to hold the point total. It'll go through A1, looks like it's going to hold what instance we're on. So I guess we can, actually we don't even have to do that. We don't need this score locations after all, because what we can do is we can use something I've already got. We've already got our side. Since survival mode is a one-player game, I've already got the side determined of which side is playing. We can pull that in there and then put that in A1 and then do a score update. So if we wanted to do I want the score to count up when the countdown goes down, like the same thing I've already got with the health. And that is right there. So what's up, Mike? Hello, guys. Alright, so we're filling our health here. I want to increment our score as well, but I have to find out if this value for using this original routine is going to just increment and add whatever value I put into it, or if it just displays whatever value I put into it. So for tests, we're going to go, who is this, Sub-Zero, I think? Or no, this is Kano. So Kano's got 2,500 right now on his points. So let's do BO equals 1. That didn't give me any points. That's really odd. So let's do BO equals 10. Level 5. I think it's just gonna add to it. So 2,500 plus the 50,005. Okay. So if we do, let's do. Look at that. Look at that score. It's real strange how they do the score on this game. So if we were to pull up, let's go to score. Let's get our score values here. There it is. All right. 2AO, 12AO, 80, 90. So it appears to me they use, let's see. Okay, so these two automatically update. 2. Okay, so we have, is that 32 bits? Is that gonna make a difference here? Oh, I see. Okay, so We'll go 1. I didn't like that too much, I guess. Try that again. Just got to get a good understanding of how this score display works so I can make sure everything works fine. Okay, so looks like that's something CMOS has a hand in that. I did not like that at all. Alright, so we've got 3,000, so this is, if I had to guess, let's see, we have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then we can say 4. Okay. So it's just using 8 bits, and let's see, we've got 1. Oh shit, I messed it up again. Let's try this again. Alright, let's see if I can't get this right. Okay, so we got 3. 1, okay, so. Okay, so there's our layout. There's our layout. Okay, so that's not too important. What I want to know is how does it get the program, the function, the routine does all that converting and storing it. I just need to know the format it expects. So let's do update score. Oops. And misspelled. Okay, so we got 0 here. Let's do, this is going to do 500. So what is so it is a little different still. Okay. Let's go back and add this. 500, okay. Alright, so then we have, what do we got for high punch here? We have another 500, so 500 for high punches. And let's see. So it scores 12 AO, so we're looking at here. I think I understand what it's doing now. Okay. So that's the position of it. And then this is, so if I want 5,000, it would be that. Or, yeah, 5,000? No, I guess it's going to close out. Huh, alright. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, yeah, it's definitely doing some addition to it. So, let's see. So we'll do... we only need one value for this, and it's going to be... Alright, so 5,000, that's 500. Let's do 10005. That should be, oops, I'm sorry. I forgot that. That should be 100. That's 100, okay. So if we go 4, that should be what? 1,000. Okay, so we want to do 6. That's gonna lower it down. There's 10. Okay, so 7's probably gonna be what we want. 1007. There we go. So that's gonna be our 1 point each. Okay. So that'll work fine for us. The score A1 equals side. And let me see, okay, 0 and 1. Okay, so what we'll do is, it's going to move our health over. Should be good on our A1 is our health location. That should be restored here. Let me see, get firm. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's good. Equals side. So 0 equals player 1. So what we do here is we'll do CRAM, survival, side. It's A1, then we'll do A1 because that's going to give us our side. We'll move, what was it, 1007H into BO. And we'll update score like that. So each time this is going to go through, it's going to update our score by 1 point. Let's see what, hopefully that does everything. Should be good, I think. Let's find out. We also have our tie-in already for the skipping the normal scoring if it is survival mode, so that's good. So let's build it. Let's see, and then what we'll have to do, I think we'll have to. Our score should be okay. Our score shouldn't have to save that score. Should save already. We'll find out. Let's practice against 2-player. Well, it's going to be a 1-player only game mode, but I have it 2 players for now, just so it's easy to test. Alright, let's do this. Okay, so it's good. Score is not tallying. That's what we want. We want no score to tally. And now, let's just see what happens here. I got 50,000 for some reason. So I have to find out where that 50,000 is coming from. We don't want the 50,000. Yeah, so we're getting 50,000 for each match won. Alright, so let's check that out. Is it only if you hit them or after? Okay, it is after the match is done. Okay. Okay. So let's do this. Let's go here. Let's go here. BP update score. There we go. See where this is being called in from. Okay, so here is the match win bonus. So we'll probably have a couple of different hooks in here. Skip normal scoring. This is going to be, what do we got here? FFCA, AB20. And we could probably still use the first one first routine that I already made. So let's just skip match win bonus. So we're replacing AB20 and we're replacing score update. So if we go down here, it's actually up here. Game mode and AO. Yep, same thing. So we're good. We're using the same routine. We just have to add one more hook, and there may be others like that. Actually, there is another AC30. Yeah, there's one right here we're going to get for player 2 also. So it looks like we'll do player 1. Looks like player 2's got their own as well. So we'll just pop that in there, put that player 2, and then all we have to do is update this to ABDO. Let's take care of both of those match win bonuses for player 1 and player 2. Cageathon. What's up, Seth? How you doing, buddy? Seth is building his own arcade in his house. Every time I see him on social media, he's got a new one. I don't know where he's putting them, but he's getting them. Alright, so that's player 1, player 2 match bonus. There's probably one for Reptile as well, but I don't think you're going to be able to fight Reptile in survival mode anyhow. Maybe able to. I haven't really tested thoroughly to see if that situation is going to pop up. Because right here, this is the part after you win the match. It does the normal score for the time left and your strength. Which the strength is just pretty much a calculation of how much life is left. So all that is skipped because that's not needed in our game mode because we're not using that point system. So that score update there we don't have to worry about. Alright. So let's update that and see where we're at. Alright, make sure we flawless victory and a fatality. Make sure we don't get any of those extra bonuses. Ooh, interesting. Let's see our score deal. Notice our score is not updated. I don't know if it has something to do with the fatality, but we have to figure that out. But I want to match it without fatality and see what happens here. Okay. You know what? I don't think are we saving our score? Maybe that's the problem. Let's find out. Maybe the score is not. Yeah, it's being safe. So when we're doing a fatality, it's for some reason. Okay, get our health back, get some points. Not sure what I want to do with test your might. Really excited on that. Yeah, you can see the test your might adds to our score, so we have to do something about it. Okay, so let's figure out why we're not getting our points saved when we do a fatality. Let's see. Actually, let's reset.
Johnny Cage. Fight. Johnny Cage win.
Oh, look at that. It's not counting down in two-player mode, which might not be a problem because it's not intended for two players anyways. Let's see. Alright, let's see what's going on here.
Johnny Cage win.
Current health is 81. I see. That's what we're doing. If we get a flawless victory, I'm skipping it by accident. Health already full. So what we have to do is take this out of here. Add that there. And that should fix that problem. Let's find out. What's up, Ancient One? Yeah, I think I'm lingering on 1,000 subs. Something like that, I don't know. Not a big deal. Alright, let's see. Let's make sure that now gives us our points. Alright. Should see our points count up now. There we go. And like MK2, if you get tired of looking at you get a ton of points, and you get tired of looking at the countdown, just hold some buttons and it'll count down faster, as long as you hold them. Alright, so there's our score. Our score is good. Oh, totally whiffed that uppercut. What's going on there? We had 53 points. Just checking to make sure I get 53 and 26 is what, 73, 79, something like that. 80. I must have miscounted, but I'll take the point. Alright. Looking good, looking good. We have 112, something like that. Maybe 80 and 32 or 13. Counting maybe one more point. Looks like we're getting 1 point extra. Really not the biggest problem, but shit, I should have known better. And game over if you're used to the computer. Game over. Okay, let's see. Let's rename this. Let's see. Alright, so that's good. Let's see, I got an idea. Okay, so the score up here, these are all drawn constantly with each tick of the game. It's directly drawn to the DMA. The same thing with the round win icons. But I was curious if maybe survival mode will have the score points in red, something to differentiate from the normal mode. So let's see how that updates. Ah, okay, those are. I was trying to figure out what that routine was doing. That's just looks like it's checking for coin shot or coin shoot input. That's doing. So let's mark that down. And that is, let's see, formatting stage, unsorted, game checked. Stuff. Alright, so let's do this. I consider that to be a core routine since it runs every tick. So let's put that in the core stuff. So there's our draw nameplates, and then the one we just figured out right now was check coin shoot input. It might do other things as well, but you know, not too worried about what's going on with it right now. Just want to log it down so I have a general idea of what's going on there. Alright. Yeah, its head pops off immediately. And there's our check coin shoot input right there. There's our draw nameplates. Let's try to get another breakpoint right above it. There's gonna be one. There it is. I'm doing this the hard way. Let's do this. Let's go back to RAM. Let's go to player one score because obviously it's going to be red every tick, so we should find out immediately where it's being read from, and that should let us know where it's being drawn, and we can A1, A3. Let's see, stop. Oh, we don't want that. There we go. A9 and A14. Jump to runtime if not equal. Looks like here's going to be probably our array for our letters. Let's see. FFC7 C5AO. No, that's not it. FFC7 C460. There we go. So it's probably 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's perfect. So we'll just name this array score numbers. I was doing a little bit of comparison earlier. I was doing some MK2. Just a crazy palette I came up with one day. I forgot I still had it in the game, but can never get the computer on this game with the spear. It just doesn't work. Alright, we can get out of that. Don't need that anymore. Alright, back to Alright, so you see we got our array score numbers in there, so we know that's gonna make our numbers. And for the actual let's move this over here. Let's follow the number 0, shall we? Alright, so there's that. So I'm going to have a predetermined palette in hand because there's no palette assigned in that, that structure. Let's see if we can find that. That's the address I was looking for earlier. I was looking for 1A8. As see, this is the DMA area. Everything's written directly to it. That's why when the screen darkens on a fatality, the score never darkens because it's not controlled with typical palette stored in RAM. It's stored in a different location. So let's see here. Alright, so let's see. I just want to see if we can change that score to maybe red, just for survival mode. It sounds like a neat thing to do. So let's see if we can find a palette. So that's our size there. Subtract. Let's go through here and actually just put a breakpoint here, because until our score updates, it's not going to redraw. I don't think it was, but maybe it will. Alright, it's going to move to memory, 1A8. As you see here, it's moving these values A0 through A4 and A6 into location of A7, which is DMA over here, which is all in here. A0 through A4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and A6. And I don't see any kind of palette. Maybe more work than I anticipated for. Might just move on. Okay. But let's do this while we're here. Let's hit the return and let's write down that that routine. And we'll call that core. Draw scores. Okay. FFC7, C940. Kind of want to go back up here and see what's going on. DO1103. What is it? I'm guessing that's location. That's going to be location because that's probably the distance between the top and the left of the screen, possibly. Clear B2. Let's do this. Let's reset. Okay, these are draw scores. And D15 draw scores, okay. That's player 1 score, player 2 score, okay. Yeah, that is definitely locational right there, I think. So D015 is going to be D pixels from the top and 15 pixels from the left, and then D0110 is going to be D pixels from the top and 110 pixels from the left. So this is player 2's right here. Alright, I think I'm done with this stuff here. I ain't too worried about it. It's good to have it documented though. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, these are some palettes being assigned here. But this is the clock right here. So I wonder, let me see if I can go up. Maybe I can go up a little bit higher. I might be able to see where this palette is being, because it looks like 101 is going to be, there's always going to be a generic palette loaded into the game. It uses this generic palette for strings and such, and for all these DMA draws, which are almost all the time. Let's see. Let's go here. Let's try breakpoint right there. Okay, it's too far. 315D. Alright, so let's go through some code here. We have 105, 12AO. We have a routine call here. We have another assignment here in the A7. We have a jump 3. We have a CBO 14. We have a big jump here. This comparison here to about 9 or something. And if so, jump. Okay, let's just try that one. There we go. So it's game state. Ooh, game state 8. Game state 8 is kind of like a unicorn game state. I want to say, was it octopus mode or something in Wolf Unit? It was some kind of testing mode. Let's see. Did I spell that right? I don't think I've ever had to spell octopus. It looks weird. It's one of those words you spell after never spelling it, and you're like, is that right? So I have to look for it. Okay, yeah, that's right. Somebody was tipping me off on that. Somebody got a hold of me a while ago. This was well over a year ago, and they were telling me about it. It was kind of interesting. Alright, so if it is game 8, we're going to go to BB10. Just curious on these jumps here. So let's see, FFC7, BB10. It's just way down here. Okay, it's just a return. So if it is state 8, it's not even going to draw any of this stuff. But let's see here. We don't have... Still don't have any kind of assignment of what would be a palette ID. Runtime if not equal. Okay, so if it is equal to 0, it looks like it's going to probably input the insert coin message right here. So that might be beneficial to note just in case we want to possibly put the survival mode image or something up there instead of press start. So let's see, let's just put a little note here. Now that would probably be around central runtime if not equal FFC7 AC90. And there's going to be probably 2 different locations, probably one for player 1 and player 2. After control status check, so right here, right here, right here. So we have FFC7 AEAO. So that's where we'd put those 2. If it was player 1, it would go here. If it was player 2, it'd go there. So we're just going to note those for now, and we'll just go that route, because I was thinking maybe if there's a little palette ID assignment, we can easily just change it red, but seems to be not found. That's in there somewhere, but I don't think it's worth the time keep digging for it if we're just going to put that graphic in there. So I'll probably just make a graphic that says survival mode. Probably use the same one from part 2, since I think part 2 we did use the font from MK1, I believe. Alright, so health stuff. Okay, it's drawing all the health. Okay. So that should probably be labeled. Let's see, 9450. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Left-hand edge, add 3. There's a lot going on. This is actually more than drawing nameplates, but probably should be called Draw UI. But oh well, we're good. I ain't worried about it. Ancient One, one very important question. He wants to ask, would it be far better if Ed Boon had John Tobias back as a co-developer for the future Mortal Kombat games? I mean, I'm not sure. I haven't really played too much of the new ones, so I don't know. I've played 11. I bought 11 and played it for a good week, and that was about it. It's a good game. I mean, it's high quality development, but I don't know. I just couldn't stay playing. There was no incentive for me to keep playing the game after I beat it. Not real competitive as far as fighting games go online, I guess. The desire kind of burned out at the arcades, after the arcades. But I feel like John had a lot of good input for the earlier games. As the games went on, and without him, it seemed like they kind of got watered down, and they got kind of stale to me. I mean, that could very well have happened with him still on the team, but who knows? I'm not even sure the full background story on why he went his own way, but I think currently John works for Warner Brothers in San Diego doing mobile games, I want to say. Yeah, the storyline is kind of why I never really put endings for the secret characters myself, because I mean, they kind of go a bunch of different directions throughout the series, and I figured it'd be best to leave some kind of mystery shrouding the secret characters. People can make up their own backstories and believe what they want about them, and in the end, I guess. So, because I originally did have some endings typed out for all of the 3 secret characters on MK2. The Boon Tobias canon. I hear you. I had an opportunity to meet John Tobias. He's a really cool guy. The short time I was able to talk to him, seemed like a real good dude. I got him to sign an old school 8x10, and had him sign my control panels for a few of my games. Alright, let's see. Let's move on here. Let's get out of the DMA. Let's get out of that. Get out of that. Let me know if if you guys are picking up my fan in the background. It might be a little loud in my microphone. If so, just holler, and I'll turn it in a different direction. Alright, so we have Oh, I just realized something. So if we use the original score location, okay, so we got to do some buy-in stuff. Like if the second player buys in, we got to save the old score and revert it back when we continue. Pat says, he thinks now for story they don't have any creative control over things like political issue. Unfortunately, it happens with every kind of IP that gets big. You'll have just corporate owned, and their focus is just making as much money as they can on it. Sometimes the franchise takes a hit, just watering it down and stuff like that, but yeah, I agree. Speak 79. The 2D MKs are the best in my opinion. I mean, that's just probably from a nostalgia standpoint because, if you ask a 15-year-old kid these days, they'll probably tell you MK11 or something. Alright. They'll just never have that, that nostalgia of being around a crowded arcade on a release, when a new release, maybe at a theater or something, that smell of buttered popcorn in the air and just people being real competitive on the machines. Unfortunately, that died out. Alright, so we've got, let's see, we have to make some hooks here make some notes here. A hook for saving an old score when a buy-in occurs. Did I spell that right? Yeah. Another one of those words. Yeah. Okay. What else do we need? Hook to... Since we're going to be saving that score when a buy-in happens, we're going to hook to transfer save score back into let's say score RAM. So you need those two because if you're playing, I want to say on MK2, let me see. I want to see how I did on MK2. I think I disabled buy-ins if you're playing survival mode. I want to say buy-ins were disabled. Oh, look at that beta 3. Do you guys got beta 3? No? Nobody does? Alright. Let's see what happens. I'll press start. No, it's not. Okay. So, let's see. Alright, so let's see, let's let this count down and we'll go back to the tower and we should be back in survival mode. It's been a while since I've been through here, that's for sure. Yeah, we're back in survival mode. Okay, so we do allow buy-ins for survival mode, that's one good thing to find out. What's up, Axel? What's up, Orlando? Oh man, MK versus KI. I don't know how that would work because of the. I don't know. It's be interesting, but I think Microsoft has their hands full with Killer Instinct. If you guys haven't seen that nice documentary that's been floating around the last couple weeks, there's a nice backstory on Killer Instinct and how it came about, and when it got to Microsoft after they bought Rare, how that the new one was developed, and then teams were switched after season 1. Encourage you to check it out. It's, what is it, about an hour and 15 minutes? Something like that. It's really good if you're into Killer Instinct. Alright, so let's find, we're going to have to do some core, we're going to go into some core routines here because we have to, let's see. So, let's do breakpoint on, I think that's right, there we go. So what I do here is I'm just going to find inputs here, and as soon as I press start on player 2, it's going to create BPA7. So we'll put a breakpoint on A7 because that's going to be the routine called when that input was pressed. And let's actually do this. Let's go ahead and let's back up on that. Let's do. So here's our main routine. Actually, let's go up again. We're going to get the whole list of actions, and these are probably going to be based on game mode. That's how they're going to be indexed. When the start button is pressed, it's going to check out what game state it is and go from there. Yeah, I'd love to see an Xbox version of GoldenEye as well. That'd be great. I know they did like a remake for like, what was it, Wii U maybe? GoldenEye 007? Alright, so here we have, looks like 104 FCOO is going to be some kind of soft input here that keeps track of the hardware input. Maybe it mirrors it, FCOO, so we have FCC. Perfect Dark was a good game too. I actually bought that for N64. The funny thing is, my son loves it, so it's awesome how he's taken to it too. Never really. I mean, Perfect Dark was a great game. It just never hit like GoldenEye 007 did for me. It was a really good game. Okay, so we should be good there. FCOO. A3. Okay. FAAO. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, FAAO. Then we have 104 FBFO. Okay. Alright, it's 104 FBFO, move the value into AO. Add AO to A2. So we're adding to it, huh? Okay. AO to A2. Okay, so it's multiplied by 3. That's weird how they're doing this. And we're gonna slide it left by 4. 3FO, we're gonna add, okay, there's our array, so let's go over here. FFC9, 5V10. And then that should be 2026. Actually, A1, did I have that wrong? Let me see, I think I had my FFC9, 5E10. Value at A2. Oh, I see, that's where our array starts. Okay, and then at FFC9, 6210. Alright, so that's that, and then let's see, we'll just follow this down some more. This is just, we're just hooking into our inputs here, just checking out how the inner workings are on it. Not going to be any different than MK2, MK3, but still familiarizing myself with how it's done so we can hook some input catches up. So if we're buying in during a survival mode, we can save our old score and our old life, put it aside in RAM somewhere, so when we continue back to the tower we can retrieve that information and continue on. Yeah, the 90s was a fantastic time. I'm trying to revive a lot of the 90s stuff. You know, get Beavis and Butthead coming back apparently. Okay, so this is how it's happening. These are going to be, this is going to be the array. Actually, the array starts. Okay, so let's just put this player to buy-in. That there, and then we'll go back up and we'll go to the start of the array, which was FFC9 5E10. So the way this is going to work is it's going to have a process ID defined, and then it's going to have the process here. So when you press a button, it calculates what process ID to give it and what that process is. And these are probably going to be based on the amount of buttons we have. But let's continue on here. So it's going to create that. And then FFC9 D6BO. So we'll put a breakpoint on A7. And that's just going to loop up. So this is a constant run-in process here. It's always constantly checking for any inputs being pressed, and that has $340. Okay, so that does not have an actual instance ID at all. It related to it. Just another address in there, but anyways, let's move on there. Alright, so here's what happens when player 2 presses start. Looks like it's going to check its control status. Well, it's actually going to put the location of the control status. It's going to move 1 into 4, 1 into O, and then it's going to grab, it's going to move that 1 into 105.19BO. Why do I not have that? 105.19BO. Let's see what's around 105.19BO. So we have 19AO, 19CO. Unknown. We'll just put start input and 105.19BO. RAM unknown, player 2 start input. So player 1 is going to be right here too, 660. So this is probably where player 1 is going to press start. It's going to go here. The only difference is it's going to clear A4. Instead of putting 1 in there, it's going to jump to D6FO, which is here. And it's going to also throw that same flag. So that is a flag for start being pressed. We'll call it that. Yeah, if it's the old school BIOS embed, they'll definitely make fun of a lot of the snowflake politics. But we'll see. I thought they tried to do like a reboot a couple years ago. Alright, so let's continue on the inputs here. Game state. Okay, so this is where it's going to calculate. This is exactly what we wanted to find here. It's going to calculate which way to go when we press start, depending on the game state. So that's a gold mine there. So let's go and let's go to FFC9, E520. And these are all going to be, this array is going to be indexed per game state. So we got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. That's 8. I'm not sure how many total game states we have. There's B at least, so 8, 9, A, B. This could probably go all the way through. Let me see what this bookmark is. Array start press control status indexed. Okay, so there may be another. So I'm just going to go here to B, because I know it looks like there's some leftovers in here. I know for a fact that FFC E23BO is just a thread ending jump. That's all that is. So I'm going to say this is probably all related, so we'll do array. Let's see. Array. Start pressed. Actually, let's do game state. Okay, there we go. Let's do that, and also let's go ahead and just restart that. Alright, so there's our flag set for input detected. And let's put in our array before I forget. Okay. Alright, so there's our array start press game state. And it's just going to jump to that. So we go through here, player 2 press start. Game state is 2, and it's probably going to jump to here. And then this one, it's going to check, since we're in combat, it actually jumped right to the next line. That's funny. Oh, Pierce Brosnan. I actually like Pierce Brosnan when he was playing GoldenEye and Tomorrow Never Dies. That'd be interesting to see how they handle it in Comedy Central. Comedy Central seems to have a better taste of comedy than MTV, so we'll see what that does. Alright, getting back to here, looks like this is where we're jumping when player 2 presses start during game state 2, which game state 2 equals we're in combat. It's going to go through, and let's see, 2 is 105, 14 EO, and 14 EO I think is player 2 status. Yeah, it's control status here, so what it's going to do, it sees that we're already playing as player 2, so it's going to end the routine. So we're going to probably hook, let's see, 96FO. So this is going to work for player 1 as well, because it stores the actual status location in A2 beforehand. So if the player is not active, looks like it's going to go through, it's going to check and make sure we have sufficient credits if the game is set up for a coin. If not, it's going to end. If so, it's going to proceed with, and we have, let's see here. Let's set a breakpoint there and interrupt when we're playing. Okay, so this is where we're at here when we press start now. Let's see, FFE1, B1EO. It's going to go through CMOS, it's going to get some stuff. Yes, that's some audit stuff. I don't think anything like this is any of our concern. Can get kind of anything with FFE1. It seems to be real common, and real common CMOS routine stuff throughout, I think, all 3 of the games of MK that I've worked with. Yeah, so this is going to set some audits. It's probably going to set an audit as far as 2-player games are played. Alright, so E, we can, okay, so there's an answer. We got E there, so we know our game state goes up to E. So we can probably go in here and update our game state. Let's see, C, D, E. And E is going to be player by N. I can't remember the last movie I actually saw at a theater. Theaters are going down the same path that arcades were back in the day. You know, it's inevitable. Digital sales are just going to kill it. It's already starting to happen, and a lot of I don't want to say a lot. I know I read a story the other day about a production office or 2 that were going straight to digital. They're calling it something weird. It was like, I can't remember. But actually, AMC was upset about it to the point that they, I think they were filing a lawsuit against those companies that were starting to do that, but it's inevitable. Alright, so that's going to be our new game state there. Disable object velocities. And there's another flag. Alright, so let's go back in here. Let's do this. Alright, so that's gonna throw up our, let's see, let's look for our, okay, so there's our flasher, there's our screen fade, destroy other threads, screen fade, darken. This is gonna call up the buy-in screen. It's gonna format everything, and after that it's going to jump away to FFC9 E9AO. So we got to do in here, we're probably going to do it in here, we're going to plug in a way to save our score and health for our survival mode. Probably want to do it before we go into the format all, because one of those might be responsible for formatting our score. And I don't want to do that yet. Alright, so there's that. And there's our delay. And here comes our format of the DMA and the format of all. I want to say the format of all is going to, let's see, format our RAM. Okay, it's going to be our thread stuff. It's formatting a bunch of flags here. Looks like it's gonna do clear AO. That's gonna format that. RAM stuff, stage stuff. Okay. So I got a pretty good idea of where we're going to put that in at. Let me get a couple points here just to see. All right, so we got 2,000 points. Let's go in here. 2,000 points now. Let's go and get our score. RAM player 1 score. Let's see when and if this is formatted. Okay, so it's not formatted yet. We're just going to step through here, format all. Yep, right there. Format play RAM. That formats our score. So we will hook in right before that and save that. Yeah, I agree, Speak. Theaters were a good place to play arcades back in the day. In fact, that's where I first played Mortal Kombat 2. It's good stuff. Alright, so let's get rid of, let's go in here. Alright, hook, insert here. Look for save an old score when bionic occurs. Okay, so this is what we want. So we're going to go with, we can probably pick anything in here. We can go. We'll just do the format all one. FFC9, E2CO. And we'll do, that's the original code. I like to save that just like that. Survival skip, normal scoring, survival skip. Okay, so we'll do. We'll call this save data on buy-in. Makes sense, right? And there's our replicated bytes. Alright, so we're going to check our custom game mode, make sure it's game mode 1, which is survival mode. If not, we're going to just jump to our return. If it is, we want to move CRAM vertical side into AO. And then what we'll need here is I will now be using that that array that I was going to make earlier. Array health location. So this is going to be A1 should do it. It's going to be our point location. Alright, so this should get our side that we're playing with. The side is going to be either 1 or 2, so we're dealing with an array, so we start at 0. So we're going to decrement that, slide it over by 5, and then add our array locations there, and get the location, and then save the old score. Let's see. The way they store the score is a little bit different than the way I anticipated it. So I can do it an easy way, which would take a little more data, which is probably the best. All right. Okay. Hopefully I don't foobar my score because I don't think I got my breakpoint saved where I'm at. I just want to get an idea of how long this is going to be, so we have. I don't believe this is going to go to 9. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, so just looking at 64 bits here. Just using 8 digits with 2 bytes apiece, or 1 byte. Alright, that'll work. Let's see, do I have CO, DO, EO? What's 10512 EO? Okay, it's horizontal velocity, so that makes sense. Everything hooks in right there. So what we're probably going to have to do to make it easy is we can probably store this. Let's see, 14, DO. EOFO. We don't have enough to put it there, so we're going to have to. No worries, we can start with. There we go. Let's do that. 0131. FO 700. Let's do 800 just to be safe. All right, so we're gonna offload it onto there. So serve buy-in score. Alright, so A1 is going to have our location of where our score starts, and we're going to have to move the value at A1, 0H, CRAM, survive. Oh, you know what? I saved that wrong, didn't I? Sure did. There we go. This is, we're just going to offload our score over here. And then we're going to do that. Actually, we can. Is that going to work for us? Is that going to work? I don't think it's going to work. Yeah, I don't think so. So. I know there's a way to do RAM to RAM data transfers. For some reason. So that's going to be that. And then we'll move AO to there. And then from there, actually, let's do this. Put the value of CRAM serve buy-in score into A0. That should do it. That should do it. So we're going to move just the location of it into A0, and then we're going to dump our first 32 bits into that, into A0. Actually, we have to do damn RAM. The RAM transfers. We gotta get that going in here. That'd be great. Alright, so anyways, we'll do that. Then we'll move A2 into the value of A0. Uh, 3 to 4 years ago when he had longer hair, Paul. No. Not really. Not really. I had a longer beard, maybe. For the most part, it was pretty short for the most part. I mean, I don't know. Alright, so let's see, we're putting our location of the save into A0. We're going to put our score at A1 into A2. I don't know why I had an asterisk there, but I did. And move A2 into the value of A0. And then from there, we're going to move the value at A1 into A020. I think that's gonna work. I think that should be alright. Let's see. Yeah, no problem, dude. No problem. Alright, so that should be hooked up. Copy. Okay, we have to hook it up. That's gonna be... Alright, so that's that. So that's when our buy-in occurs. So we'll definitely, let's check that out right now. Make sure everything's kosher. It's funny, I just saw some hooks update right here. Bam. Alright, so that's that. I think we can probably get out of that bookmark mess there. I hope anyways. I hope I don't need it, but we'll find out. So we'll start a survival mode here real fast and make some points and then have player 2 buy in. So we'll need a couple different locations. We'll need this to make sure everything's copied over correctly. And then we will also need the original score. So let's go ahead and get that. player 1. Have to win a match or two here to get some points. Okay. No, we could have done also. Instead of hooking into the buy-in, we could have always tallied up a backup into the other area we just created, and then just always have that there. But no worries, it's all the same. Alright, so we'll put a save point there, and then what we'll do is we'll put our break point here, and then we'll buy in with player 2. Alright, so it's player 2 coming in. We got 55 points. That should carry over to here, but it should actually be 505 on the end here. It should be 505 right there. Format all. Custom game mode, check for 1. It is 1. Check our side. Our side is 1. Decrement. Slide it over. Put the location for our points, 105.12 AO, which that's correct. Move the buy-in score into A0. Remove the value at A1 for our points into A2. 0. Move A2 into the location of A1. And I see one error right here. Okay. Value at A1. CO. Into AO, so AO. Okay, run that back because something's a little messy there. Alright, so our score location for our backup is an A0. We're going to move A1 to A2, which is 0. That's good. So this should overwrite. Should overwrite that and remove that over. That's why we don't have to have that. Oh yeah, here. Okay, we don't have to have this A120. Oh, something's off here with the code. Oh, that's right, that's right, that's right. So I forgot. And here we have to define the offset. If we're going to use B register offset, we got to use A register offset too. So let's build that again. Alright, see our points tallying up there. 505. 55 points. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is save that state there, and then we're going to step through our code and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so 512 AO score, it's going to be 0. I wrote that over. And oh, wait a minute, we got something wrong here. B620 00. Yeah, this doesn't match up. Something's wrong here. This is gonna crash. Alright, so let's do it like this. This will be the safe way. We'll move the value at A1 into A2. Then we'll move oh, is that that's what it probably is right there. Okay. $64.69. What's going on here? So wait a minute, let's see. That's weird. B620. Okay, maybe that's it. I think I just had to put that asterisk in there. I forgot to put at the location, so we'll find out again. Sup, Neo? Alright, let's dig it right in. Let's see what we got here. Oops. $55. Alright. Let's see what we got here. That looks better. Offset 0 from A1 into, well, the debugger shows an error here. That's just a debugger display error, but it's actually 20 offset there. There it is. Okay, so it does carry our score over. Fantastic. So what we also have to do is we have to save our health. question is, let's look at some situations here. So, say we start a match, we have full health, and then we have almost no health when the other player buys in. Should we revert to the original starting health amount, or should we just give them back what they had when they were interrupted with the buy-in? I think what they had at the moment of the buy-in would probably be best, because if not, you could manipulate the system by just buying in with the other player just to get your health back. That's what we're going to do. So there's our save old score, and save current health for buy-in. Alright, so we'll do we'll do this again. And actually, I think I have a routine for this. For survival, get current health. Okay, side. Yeah, I do. So health is going to be in A6. So get current health. Excellent. And we'll move A6 into C RAM, so health. Alright, so that should be good. That should save our score, and it should save our health as well. I was just thinking of something else. We have to make sure we format the old score save location. Probably should do that on startup here. Like I already have some stuff for make selection. So okay, so that's that. This is when you enter survival mode. Let's see. For any old save scores. Okay, that should clear out the old survival buying score. Good to go. Okay. Crossing our T's, dotting our I's, so we don't have any leftover score value that could cause havoc. Alright, so we have our save of health and save of score if we had a buy-in. Now we have to do a restore after we go back to the tower. I will share this. I'll share the patches for you to patch your game with this when it's in a relatively complete state for, I guess, the first release. There probably will be other releases afterwards, probably, you know, not too soon, maybe a year or so afterwards, or depends on how busy I get. But that's why before I release it, I want to make sure I'm pretty content with it, because it might be a while before I update it again. You never know. Alright, so that should save our health as well. So also what we can do is, I already have a RAM value stored for which side is playing survival mode. Say if player 1 was playing and then player 2 bought in and player 2 beat player 1, I think we should make player 2 start over and wipe the score and stuff. If not, they're going to have a full health bar continuing off where player 1 theoretically was in the middle of a battle, who probably wouldn't have had full health, so we'll do that as well. So I'm trying to find... Okay, so let's go through and find our hook for that portion of it. But what we also have to do is switch it back to game mode 1, or should we keep it in survival with 1 row? Yeah, let's switch back to game mode 1. Okay, so we'll do that as well. We'll go back and do so we have yet another custom RAM we have to put in here. Let's go down here. And this is nice because I did leave a little bit of room here just because of something like this, but we have to put a custom, so we want to track which game mode we were in before interrupted. So custom game mode previous. So what we'll do is we'll move that into AO. Actually, we'll do... That's wrong. We want to move CRAM custom game mode into AO. Move AO into the previous one. And we'll clear AO and clear out the current game mode. There we go. Because we'll need to know which one we're going back into. No. I will not do console hacks, my friend. Speak 79, usually on each MK Plus release, I update MAME with the updated checksums and stuff, and so you can run it with that version of MAME. I usually do 64 bits. I think Drew has actually made a 32-bit version of MAME that's compliant as well. $64.81, we have a problem here. Okay, we have to put our bit indicator there for 16-bit, and that's going to save that. All right. So save data on bind is all complete. We're saving our health. Save game mode. And then clear custom game mode there, and we're good. We're good right there. So now we need to find the hook at the end of this round after there's no continue, which I think I know a good way to get that. Darkened screen I know occurs on a Alright, so there's our darkened screen coming in. Let's see, is this where we want to be? Oh no, this is the wrong one. Yeah, that's the wrong one. Yeah, that's sending us out to the game over because it's thinking since we're not the same side that won, that means our game is over. Alright, so let's go in here and 131 0480, is that our custom game mode? Yes, there we go. So we'll mark that to 0. Okay. Let's try this again. I think I was a little too late, and I might have to play it again here. Yep, I was a little too late. Yeah, okay. That's alright. This will do it here, so this will work. Actually, no. That's too new. We gotta go to an older one. Alright, let's see. 2, 3. Just trying to find. I swear I got a game state in here that would pull up a continue screen. Okay, I think we have a winner. Yes, we do. Okay. So let's see. This is going to. It's going to do the darken. This is going to set up the continue. Alright, this is going to be the Start input detected flag here. I wonder where this one goes. Here's our exchange PC. So I'm guessing that's going to be gonna be what happens when we don't press start, I'm assuming. So let's see. Yep, that's exactly what it is, so we're good there. Dude, I am not accepting any files, I'm sorry. Somebody asked me that yesterday, I think it was you. Did you ask me yesterday also? Somebody else asked me. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so let's do our hook for transfer back. So we have check total players. Okay, let's do this. Let's do a state save 0 there, just so we don't get lost. Control status, control status. Jump if equal. Okay, so there is 3740. So this is what happens. So this is where we go when we get kicked out of the continue screen here back to the tower. So EDAO. I think that's right. We'll try that there. So we got FFCA, OD60. No, Adriano, there are no restored sprites of Shang and Goro. I don't know if I'm gonna do those. I know he has the sword fatality one, and the Goro has the turn to stone one. There may have to be sprites made to complete it, because it looks like they're both incomplete. And Yeah, my mic is muted. My mic is muted. So basically what we're going to do here, this is loading the data on resume after we go back to one player mode. And we got our replicated bytes here of loading the generic palettes. We're going to load our custom game mode previous value. If it's 0, that means we weren't playing a custom game mode on return. So we're just going to return. But if it is not 0, we're going to check to see if it's 1 for survival mode. If it's not survival mode, we're going to jump and return out of here. If it is survival mode that we're returning to, we will check the side that was previously playing survival mode, and we're going to use that value to calculate the status based on our status location array here. And if that location has a value of 0, that means that that player is not active, which means it's not the same player returning. So we will jump and reset data. So that's going to consist of clearing the ladder location, ladder position. There it is. Move AO at CRAM. And we got here serve points. We also have to reset our health, so we'll put A1H into AO, move AO at serve. There's our health. And also, we're going to have to clear the score for clear any old scores saved. So we could probably just do like a generic. We don't need to know which side we're saving either, so it's not a big deal. We do need to know what side is active though to properly update the serve side, survival side. But you know, we'll move AO into player 1 score. Actually, we have to do it like this. I forgot about that. We'll do player 1 score and A1, and we'll move AO into the value at A1. Plus that, then we'll move AO into the value of A1. That should do that. And we'll do the same for player 2. Like I said, we don't need to know which side it is. We'll just do a bulk clear because they're not going to have any score regardless, since it's starting them over. Since the other side that is continuing on in one player mode is not the same side that was competing before the buy-in occurred. And so we'll also have to we'll move serve buy-in score into A1, and we'll do the same thing to that. So that should take care of player 1 score, player 2 score, and the buy-in score, since the buy-in score needs to be reset as well. Let's see here. I think it's running pretty good. Alright, so last but not least, we have to update survival side. And we'll do that by saying we'll move one status into AO. And then we'll do survival update side here. And what we'll do is we'll just preload player 1 and runtime. If it's not equal, that means it's going to have a good status as it being player 1 is active. And let's move A1 into CRAM serve side. So there's only two ways about doing this. Basically, it's going to check player 1 control status. If it's not equal to 0, that means player 1 is active. So we're going to jump and we're going to move A1, which would be 1, into the serve side. But if player 1 has a 0 status, that means process of elimination. Player 2 is the active side. So we'll preload, or we'll load A1 with 2, and that'll be moved over into there. 42. There we go. Alright, so that is load new data. So what we have to do here is restore data for zoom in serve side. So this is going to be what we're going to write, restoring the original score and health of the side if it was the same side returning to play in the ladder mode. What's up, Master? How you doing, buddy? We're just pounding out some code here. Alright, so what we need to know is actually, let's go ahead and kind of want to format score also for both sides before. Yeah, let's do that just in case. So I guess the best thing probably be to do this up here. Clear any old saves. Alright, so regardless if we're going to return with the same side playing or the opposite side playing, we're still going to format both scores right here. I think we're good with that because I think all the score stuff for the high score tables runs before this. I'm pretty sure it runs before that. We'll find out. And we'll only reset the buy-in score if it's a new player. So other than that, we're going to restore the buy-in. So let's do the buy-in code or the buy-in score. So that's that. And then we need to find out which side is returning. So we'll do that by we'll just preload player 1 score into AO. And we'll move a status over, do the same thing we did on the last one. We'll just do an easy status check for player 1. Actually, let's get that out of there. We'll use that for, and we'll do surf, restore old score, jump to runtime not equal, oops, wrong button. So basically what that's going to do, it's going to put that in there. And then A0 is going to have our score location. Alright, so from there we're just going to transfer the value from A1 into A0. I forgot we're doing the RAM attempts here. That's not going to work. So we'll do the value A1 into A2. Then we'll move A2 into the value at A0. Alright, it should be pretty straightforward here. We'll move the value of A1 into A0, and that should complete the store of the old score. And then after that, we'll have to restore health also. Which actually I don't think we have to, because health shouldn't be wiped. It should stay. Let me double check. Okay, yeah, so it's saving health there. So our health should be good. So if that's all, if that is complete, looks like all we have to do is jump to the end there. And it should be alright. Looks like my playlist is deviated. I'm going to copyright strike on that song apparently. Alright, so let's see. So we return to the one player mode here. So this is just a rundown. Here's our replicated bytes. It's going to load the generic palette. It's going to check to see if our previous game mode is survival mode. If so, it's gonna just clear both sides of the original scores, just for safety purposes here. It's going to check, and then next it's going to check to see if it's the same side continuing, because if it is not the same side, we're going to restart the player over at the bottom, give them full health value, and let's see, it's going to clear the survival points. It's going to clear the survival buy-in score saved from previous, reset health, and update this side that is playing survival mode. But if it is the same side continuing, what we're going to do here is we're going to restore the score. It's done by preloading the score location for player 1, checking its status, player 1 status. If its status is not 0, that means it is player 1 That was the original side. Alright, so now what we have to do is we have to plug this in. OD60. So load data on survive. Okay. I think we're good. Let's save it and set it up and see how this works. That was okay. So we have a total of 300 hooks. Can you imagine? Before I did like a minor update on Abyss's assembler here that allowed it to automatically update hooks. Can you imagine trying to do 300 hooks by hand? It would be impossible. But this allows me to keep everything in one script, which is nice. And with, you can see a total of bytes. We got 40,608 bytes of custom code here. Alright, so FFCA OD60, FFCA OD60. Okay, that's all good there. Alright, so let's close that. Let's go over here, reload the update, and then we'll do a build, and we'll set it up to where we'll have an interruption of survival mode, and then we'll go back and continue, and we'll see how everything plays out. Hopefully everything's good. But we'll step through the code here just to make sure logically everything's good and I didn't miss anything. So first off, we'll go to survival mode. We'll play as player 1. We'll go through. We'll win. We'll win a match so we can get our score. We'll have some health taken away so we can ensure that the proper health amount is removed. Oh, you know what? I have to play with. Improve mechanics on. There we go. Just wonder why my crossovers weren't working. Okay, I guess it's fine. Well played, Sonya. All right. So we have a little bit of health missing. So I'm gonna do 2 states here. I'm gonna do 1 state now, and then I'm gonna let Sub-Zero beat me up a little bit. I'm gonna do a second save state. And then we're going to do a breakpoint there when the buy-in happens. Make sure everything's saved correctly. Okay, so alright, so let's check it out. Save data on buy-in. There we go. It's going to save all our data. We're going to format. It's replicated. Custom game mode. Compare. See if it's 1. It is. Check out our side. It's going to save our buy-in score, which should be the same as 105.12 CO. Looks like it's going to be all zeros and 7C. So okay, so it's going to 503, 12 CO. make sure everything's good here. Make sure 12CL score. Oh, 105, 12 AO. That's why I was confused. Okay, so 12 AO, so 530. Okay, so that is good. So next, our score is backed up, so we're going to go down and get our current health. So that's going to check our side, which is 1. Health locations. So we have 7C. A full health value is A1, so that seems about right. So that's going to save into 4DO. This could be our survival health. It's going to move our custom game mode into AO. It's going to move that over into the previous one. And then it's going to wipe our custom game mode now. So it should return us to a normal game mode right here. Alright, as you can see, it's a normal game mode. There's going to be 2 rounds. Oh, looks like we have an error. Ah, okay, so we do have, let's go back up. So let me go back in here. We have... Okay, so let's try this again. That the just it looks like we gotta do is a small check on the game mode. Alright, so alright, so we'll save that as a 9 here real fast. This is gonna be right here in round end. So it should not have written all that stuff on a normal game mode. It's not hooking right. Let's see what's going on here. Check game mode, load data, I assume no more scoring, skip on. Alright, let's go back up here. Alright, so breakpoint 3, which was the first one, skip original end round scoring if survival mode. So that should be good because I do see the I do see the original scoring. That's good. So here's the second one. The second one seems to have the problem, so we'll go. Alright, so there's our delay, round status, AO. Oh, I see. Okay, so what we have to do here is we have to just make sure we are custom game mode here. Let's see, custom game mode, replicated bytes, thread delay, So what is that? 20 replicated delay. Alright, so we can remove probably continue game. Okay, so that's what we need. Continue game. Alright, so that should skip the whole thing if it's not survival mode. Alright. So what we'll do here is we'll just bypass this real fast just to get a little test here. PC equals, where are we at? We need a pop from, there we go. PC FF82 0910. Okay, so that should bypass that. Okay. There's round 2 coming in, so what I want to do also is we'll get a win for Sub-Zero because we're going to play out both sides. I want to play out both sides just to make sure. Let's see, 4 is good. We know 3 is good, so we'll just get rid of that. We'll go back to 4. Delay, and then we'll do that. Okay, so we're in round 3. Alright, we'll save that, and we'll just kind of replicate the old one with Kano. See if his 503 is restored, and also his health, which his health was. Now we will probably go back and give us. It will give us Kano as our character now, so we will have a character change, but that's not a big deal. Where's our health value here? That's what I'm looking for. Oh, 131.04 DO. Okay, so okay. Alright, so that should be that. So put that as save state 8, and we'll make sure that we get our restore here. So let's count that down. Okay, here's our restore coming through. Previous game mode is 1. So that's good. We're in a format all the scores just to be safe. Check our side, decrement that. See if the same side is continuing. So there's our status, and okay, it is. So we're going to use player 1. And the score location. AO12CO. And there's our score. Our score is restored. Oh, you know what I forgot to restore though? I forgot to restore the health, I believe. Yeah, so let's do let's see, call, I think I have a... Where is the health? Where is the health? Okay, current health. Okay, so A6 should return our health, and then A1 should be the location it goes to. So what we can do is... I thought I had that over here. Maybe it's in save data. That's what it is. Okay. Alright, so that's going to get our current health and the location in A1. So we don't care about the current health. All we need to do is, since we know A1 is going to hold the location of where this is going to go, we just need to get the health into the value of A1. Okay. So since we have so many changes here, I'd say let's go ahead and probably rebuild and run another setup here. Oh shit, you know what? I'm trying to do that same thing again. Let's do and move A2 into the value of A1. There we go. Let's just move A6. Since we already use A6 for the routine, might as well keep it consistent. Alright, so let's run this again. And now we should have that little bug fixed. So it should not do the survival tally if we're not playing survival custom game mode. Bruss, Kiss, first time saw you in here, man. Good. Thanks for joining. First time. Unless you're ninja watching, you know, I don't blame you. Welcome to the channel if you're new. It's pretty boring work, but you know, some people enjoy it, I guess. Alright, same thing. Let's go and let's set up a scenario here where we're interrupted playing survival mode. So let's get a win here. Alright, so we got our points. We'll get beat up on a little bit here. Just a little bit, Kano. Jesus. Easy there, buddy. We'll save that as 0. Then we'll have 2 interrupts. And then I think we've already kind of established that the save works good, so we won't do a step through on that portion of the code. I think we're pretty good. So we're going to set up both ways. We're going to have Kano win and continue. Then we'll have Sub-Zero win and continue as that side. Yeah, I haven't even messed with, I haven't thought about endurance yet there, Master. Should be interesting. So we'll do a new state there, and what we'll do is we'll have, we won't even step through, we'll just make sure, we'll just run with it and see if it works. Have a pretty good idea. There we go. Oh, our health did not restore, right? So let's go back and see what's going on. So did we have 30? We did have 35 points. Okay. So 35 points is what we had, and I know our health was pretty low. Let's go back in here and step back through this health restore thing and see why we didn't get our health back. Maybe our sides got mixed up and it's resetting us. And actually, I didn't even notice if we went to the same character here. Let me see. Okay, so no, we didn't start over on the tower, so that's a good sign. Alright, Master, thanks for stopping by, dude. See you next time. Hopefully I'll have survival mode completely done. Alright, so right here we're going to format all the scores. We're going to check to see if it's the same player coming over. Okay. And I'm going to restore our score. Oh, you know what? That's what it is. That's what it is. We don't put our health into the location. We put our... Okay, so let's see. A6. So 131.04 DO. Oh, you know what? That's what it is. It's not that part. It's the fact that we're not restoring our custom game mode. That's what it is. So it's not the health thing because we don't have to restore the health. We just have to restore the game mode. So let's see. So we can get rid of that because that's all. The health is loaded at pre-round setup, so that's all good. So we can probably put this at the bottom because both either it's going to run through both scenarios, both branches. So either we store data on the resume side or we start with new data on the new side. We're still going to run through here. So we'll do serve restore game mode. 1H into AO, move AO into custom game mode, and then also we have to change this jump to custom game mode jump, and that should be good. Alright, sorry about that. Had to let my dog out. Alright, where are we? Oh yeah, we're building. We're building what should be the final fix to our save and loading on buy-ins during the survival game mode. Stream should be coming to an end soon. I gotta eat some dinner here, guys. Maybe 15 minutes or so. Maybe less. Okay, so that's built. Let's set up a Alright, so we'll set up, there's our save state, there's our buy-in. We have about half life with 31 points. Alright, so let's see what we got. Let's see if this finally works the way it should. Alright, so let's check out both scenarios. So we're going to resume with Raiden, the same side that we were interrupted with. We had 31 points and half life. Okay, looks good. Looks good. Okay, now we'll do the other side. So Sub-Zero should have full life, 0 points, and start over if he were to take over.
Sub-Zero win.
Should start the bottom of the ladder. Okay, yep. Liu Kang, full health, 0 points. Okay. Looks good. So I can play player 2 here and do it the other way around.
Sub-Zero wins.
Did I have full health there? Shit, you know what? I have to redo it over because I wasn't paying attention there.
Raiden. Sub-Zero.
Alright, so we're gonna win with Sub-Zero. Start us over. Huh. Okay. Okay, so 32 points. I gotta put a little delay in there. It's a little loud. It's a little short there. 32 points, about 3/4. Okay, so our looks like our score is not properly being restored for player 2. Actually, it's probably just it's not even a restore from interruption. It's just let's see. All right, so we should be here with our countdown. So this should be adding our points. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so that is storing our points. Let's go to the score and see what's going on here. Let's see what's wiping it. Ah, okay, there we go. So that's what it is. That's what it is. I will find score. Okay, so it's formatting. FF81. EFDO. Load data on resume. Okay, so this, so this runs. This runs every time. So what we need to do is not run this clear when we're resuming. So, the best way to do that is probably, let's see. We'll have to manipulate some of the, probably this value here in the previous game mode. Okay, let me see this here. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so after we restore it, we gotta wipe it. So we only want this to run if coming back. Okay. Alright, so what we'll do here is survival restore game mode. We'll wipe that back to 0. because if that's 0 after we restore it, then it's gonna jump all this. It's not gonna redo the same thing. Okay. I can imagine the same problem is happening with player 1 side too. Alright, same deal. Let's set it up and see what happens.
Raiden. Raiden wins.
Alright, there's our state saved there. Remember how many points we had? We had 55 points. I'm just trying to keep track of 55 and probably about 40% health, I would say, give or take. Alright, so let's friend with Wolf.
Raiden wins.
Let's make sure we're restored correctly. And 55 points, about 40% on Sub-Zero. Okay. Okay, that looks good. Let's make sure we're starting over fine.
Sub-Zero wins.
Okay, so our problem was when we would come back. So our, what was it, our score? I think our score was not saving. We got 35 points. Okay, so that's good. One little problem I saw was our opponent was was off by 1, so we faced Scorpion twice, but should be an easy fix. So it seems like that's good. So if we were to player 1's coming in, and Scorpion's got what do you have? 36 and almost 10%.
Kano. Sub-Zero. Fight.
.36 and about 10% life. So if someone were to buy in, you're actually at a disadvantage because the CPU obviously gets full health back, and you get whatever health you had when you started. And there we go. It will look good. Looks good. Alright, so we should start over now. Okay, so the only problem I see is this correcting the initial opponent. Make sure my points carry up. Three. Yep, looks good. No, I'm gonna die. I don't want to die. Alright, excellent. Yep, there's a health. And let's double check, make sure our... Oh shit, that ain't gonna work. It should have been a crossover. I really wanted to not lose any health there, just to see if we had a flawless... Because we can have a flawless victory still, as long as we don't get hit. That's why I wanted to make sure, but we'll check. We'll see if we can accomplish. See if we can accomplish that here. Excellent. Should be a flawless victory there. A flawless bonus. Yep. Excellent, excellent, excellent. There is no reptile, man. Reptile does not exist. Everything's looking good, looking real good. Now I was a little slow to that one. So yeah, I think endurance mode is going to be kind of interesting. Not sure what to expect. Oh wow, that was a fast recovery. Wow! I got totally ripped off. Let me try that again. Wow, he did it again. Is this gonna happen again? Nope, it's still this. Okay, we're still good. Good, man. Glad you're liking it. I think, what do you guys think about the difficulty bonus being doubled on Endurance? I guess it really doesn't matter, because if you're beating... I take that back. It will matter, because not all people will probably finish survival mode. But should they be given a chance to put their initials in, even though they don't finish survival mode? If so, then I think an Endurance difficulty bonus would be kind of neat to have for people that say might get through 1 or 2. Oh shit, he like came out immediately as soon as I teleported. We'll see what happens with Goro. This is, no, I don't know what to expect here. I think I'm going to have to tie in and probably wipe the screen, because I'm going to guess that when he jumps in, all this is still going to be on, just because of the fact that these have different instances assigned to them. Actually, we have a crash. Okay, so. Ah, okay. So that's next on the list. But for now, I'm going to call that a stream. I'm going to have some dinner and maybe do a little bit more work after that on it. But I'm going to end the stream here and pick up later. So I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys are enjoying it and are excited for it. I definitely am. And I'll see you guys next time on the next live stream. So take care, guys, and have a good night.